Man, we said all summer we needed Evan Mobley to be more aggressive, and so far through the early portion of the season for the Cavs, he's been just that. But the efficiency has dropped, and I think a big reason for that is just the early shot diet we've seen from the Cavs all-NBA forward. When you look at the numbers and the efficiency from this season versus last season for Evan, and these are the total numbers. On the left is just 4 games. On the right, his entire season last year. You can see the difference in where a lot of his shots are coming from. From 8 feet and in, he's 7 of 12 this year, which is only 38% of his field goal diet. Last year, it was in the 60s. His pull-up jump shots has not been nearly as effective, but that was never his forte. Overall on jumpers, once again in that 30 range, but you can see inside 5 feet, Mobley not getting to the rim as frequently as he was last season. And that's not the end of the world. It's not the biggest thing in the world, but Evan, if he's going to continue to improve as an offensive player, has to get to the spots that he wants to get to. And so far this season, at least through 4 games, and once again, tiny sample size, he seems to be settling for some more mid-range jump shots than we've seen in the past. And I have a few clips here to show you the good and the bad of when Evan wants to settle in that mid-range. So, Ant, let's take a look at these plays as we move forward. This was the Cavs' very first offensive play of the entire season. They came out of the offseason saying, we're going to get Evan the rock and let Evan go to work. Look at the decisiveness, the assertiveness of Evan Mobley on this opening play as Karl-Anthony Towns guarding him, draws him into the paint, hits a little fadeaway jump shot, and he was assertive, aggressive, and there was no doubt in Evan's mind exactly what he was going to do on this play. He takes him baseline. You can see there, Cat tries to cut him off, so Mobley's going to spin to the middle. As he does, he creates a little space, elevates over Cat, and that's a great-looking jump shot for a 7-footer. Those are the kind of shots we need to see Evan continue to take. The aggressive, the assertiveness, the decisiveness right here again on display against Brooklyn's smaller defender in the paint. Yeah, of course Evan go up with a little jump hook there. It's not a restricted paint shot attempt. Technically, he takes it from just outside. But look at that. No jump, no defender jumps. Easy elevation, easy bucket for Mobley. Against Milwaukee, he gets the switch here. Giannis initially guards him. You have Sam Merrill setting a little screen as Mobley comes off. He's going to draw A.J. Green on the switch. When he sees A.J. Green, he says, there's no way A.J. Green can block my shot. One dribble into the pull-up. A.J. Green flat-footed. No contest here from Green, which means that's a green light for Mobley to continue to shoot. Once again, comes down the court with Giannis guarding him. The Cavs run a little action to get Giannis off of Mobley. He ends up with A.J. Green on him. No hesitation. Right into the dribble pull-up. It's an absolute thing of beauty. And then against Detroit, same thing here. A little more in his bag with the handle. Sees the switch back. Gets to his jump hook. Isaiah Stewart's not a bad defender, but Mobley too skilled, too talented, too tall to be able to be affected by the shorter Isaiah Stewart. Love the confidence, love the decisiveness. When we've seen that kind of thing from Evan Mobley this season, good things have happened. When he's been less decisive, especially in that mid-range bag, that's when we've seen a lot of the misses, and that's what we're going to look at here on these next couple of clips. You just saw what we watched in those first 4 makes. I'll let this play through twice. Tell me if you see the same decisiveness, the same assertiveness, and the same aggression from Evan in these 3 clips that we saw in the first couple. He just doesn't seem to have an answer for when he gets cut off here by the first defender in these 3 particular clips. On this one, I want to point out this little extra dribble he takes. I'm going to restart it in a sec. But when you take that extra dribble, that means your plan A has been thrown off. That shot against the Knicks I don't hate. But this one, as he gets into the paint, he's got Dre Jackson Jr. on him. We just saw him be bigger, stronger, and more decisive against the Pistons. Similar situation here. Evan, go right up. Don't try and draw the foul, man. You don't need it. Go right up. Be more aggressive. Use the extra strength you put on this summer. Against the Pistons here, you're going against Jalen Duran here, who's an absolute tank of a physical specimen. You get a shoulder into his chest. Don't really move him. You try the deceleration. You end up drawing the foul here. Not the end of the world, but just not as assertive, not as decisive as we've seen in the other clips. And this one, that extra dribble just tells me, okay, Evan, you didn't get to the spot you wanted to with 12 seconds on the shot clock. Maybe do a little better. This is what I want to see more from Evan. The drive. The handle is something I thought would be a little tighter early this season. It hasn't been, but we have seen glimpses. This is around Ron Holland, by the way. Euro step, finish with the right hand. I mean, seriously, do you realize how impressive this is for a 6'11" guy to do against a smaller athletic defender? Has him on his hip. You see the back foot planted. He's going to cross to the middle, use his right hand for the easy finish. And it's a thing of beauty. Mobley has not gotten to the paint nearly enough this season. We saw it here against the Knicks in the opener with the left hand through contact. And guys, I know he's not Wemby. He's not Durant. But we have seen flashes of Mobley showing his handle in the past, including these two plays from last year, which are my favorite two Mobley plays, maybe all season, against the 76ers with the left-handed flush over two. He didn't turn the corner, but because of his wingspan was able to still finish, and this was the game-winning bucket against Hartenstein and the Thunder in that highly anticipated matchup, finishing through contact. So listen, Evan's done some really good things early on this season. I love the aggressiveness. The efficiency down, that has to be improved, but the aggressiveness is the most important thing. And I think when Evan's been at his best is when he's been decisive and 100% confident in the move he's about to pull. He still has to figure out some counters when that initial play and that initial drive gets cut off, and that comes with tightening up your handle, which, Evan, you still have to work on. But overall, the aggressiveness is great. Let's get the efficiency to where it has to be, and Evan will be fully unlocked for this Cavaliers team.